Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning everything about simultaneous linear equation. We know different methods of solving simultaneous linear equation. We also know the difference between linear equation and quadratic equation. And we know everything that concerns simultaneous linear equation. First of all, what do you understand by the word linear equation? Let's look at it this way. Linear equation is an equation whose degree of the known variable is raised to the power of 1. Or you can say that is a polynomial equation whose degree is 1. Example, let's use s plus 3 is equals to 7. Now, if you look at this is a linear equation, and the degree of the known variable here, which is s, is 1, because there's an invisible 1 here. So, this equation shows that which value will you add to 3 to give you 7. And the unknown variable here is s. And this power is 1. And this one makes it a linear equation. We also have some situation or some equation whose the value of the known variable, that's the power of the known variable, is 2. And whenever you have this situation, just know it's a quadratic equation. Whenever you have the power of an unknown variable to the raised to the power of 2, is called a quadratic equation. And then when the power of the known variable is raised to the power of 3, we call it cubic equation. Also, when the value of the known variable is raised to the power of 4, we call it quadratic equation. So, having this in mind, remember this is what differentiated all these equations from our linear equation. We now talk about simultaneous linear equation. What does it mean? Whenever you have one or two linear equations to solve, we call it system of linear equation. Example, we can have s plus y is equals to 5. If you look at this now, this is also a linear equation, but it has two variables. A linear equation can have either one variable or two variables. If it is two equations, maybe you are having two linear equations, you'll be having like two different variables. If it is three linear equations, you can be having like three different or more than two variables. Highest, lowest should be like two different variables. So now, this is a linear equation and this is a linear equation. But when you are solving, when you have two different linear equations to solve, it is now called system of linear equation, which can be solved simultaneously. So now, when we have this and this, it is no longer called a linear equation. It is called a system of linear equation because the equation is now 2. So let's bring an example so that you'll be able to understand how to solve a system of linear equations simultaneously, or which can be called a simultaneous linear equation. So stay tuned, and if this is the first time you are coming across my channel, kindly click the subscription button and the notification bell because we'll be dropping so many amazing videos which you like. And also comment, like, and share so that others will be able to enjoy with you. So let's go back. Let's solve this example of system of linear equation, because if you notice, we have two linear equations and they are called system of linear equation. But before we solve this, we have three different methods of solving simultaneous linear equation. We have elimination method, we have substitution method, and we also have graphical method. Let's write it. Elimination method. 1, 2. Substitution method. And then we have graphical method. But in this class, today's class, we'll be solving our simultaneous linear equation using elimination method. To be able to solve this example using elimination method means to eliminate, to remove. So let's call this equation 1 and this equation 2. Remember, the highlight of this class is to get the value of our s and y, and at the end you'll be able to input these values in this equation to be able to know if this is correct. And that's the highlight of this class. So now to eliminate, we first of all check we have two variables here. We have variable s, variable y, and we consider which of the variable do you want to take. We are considering variable s. So if you look at the variable s, we notice that they have coefficients, and their coefficients we have 2. 2 is the coefficient of this s and 2 is the coefficient of this s. For us to eliminate, first of all, we have in mind the LCM of these variables, which is 6. Therefore, we make the values of this variable to have the same values by multiplying equation 2 with coefficient of s from equation 1, and then multiplying equation 1 with the coefficient of s in equation 2. And to do that, we now have 3 multiplies 2, we have 6s plus 3 multiplies 5y, we have 15y. 3 multiplies 20, we have 60. Let's call this equation 3. Next, 2 multiplies 3s, we have 6s plus 2 multiplies 3y, we have 6y, which is equal to 2 multiplies 21, we have 42. Let's call this equation 4. So, for us to eliminate, we subtract. We subtract equation 4 from equation 3. And to do that, we have when 6 minus subtract itself, we cancel that is equal to 0. When 15 subtract 6, we have 9y, which is equal to, when 60 subtract 42, we have 18. For us to get the value of our y, we divide both sides by 9. Therefore, we have 9y equals to 18. Divide both sides by 9. When we divide, we have 9y divided by 9 equals to 18 divided by 9. Therefore, the value of our y is equals to 2. So, now, let's get the value of our s. And for us to get the value of our s, we input the value of y in either equation 1 or 2. Let's input the value of our y, which is 2. The value of our y is 2. Let's input it in equation 2 or equation 1 for us to get the value of our s. So, let's use equation 1, which is 2s plus. When you multiply, so we have 2s plus 5 multiplies 2 gives us 10, which is equal to 20. Therefore, to get the value of our s, this 10 will move over to the equal sign. How 2s is equal to 20 minus 10. 2s is equal to 10. So, to get the value of our s, we divide both sides by 2. And when we divide, we have therefore, the value of our s is equal to 5. So, now, we've gotten the value of our y and we've gotten the value of our s. The next thing is to find out if actually the value of this s and y is correct by inputting it in the equation 1 and 2 to depict if after inputting it here, we'll be able to get 20 and 21. Let's start with equation 1. So, our value of our s is 5 plus 5y is 2 is equal to 5 multiplies 2 is 10 plus 5 multiplies 2 is 10 is equal to 10 plus 10 is 20. Therefore, in equation 1 is correct. So, let's input in equation 2. So, value of our s is 5 plus, so the value of our y is 2 is equal to 5 multiplies 3 will give you 15 plus 3 multiplies 2 will give you 6. 15 plus 6 will give you 21. This shows that the value of our s and y is correct. Thank you for joining the class. Kindly subscribe, click the subscription button, notification bell, then comment, like, and share. Thank you.